So let's find the derivative of f of x equals x cubed times e to the x. So I'm going to call this derivative f prime. And to take the derivative of x cubed times e to the x, I'm going to notice that that's a product. And I need to break this up into the two parts of the product, which I'm going to call u and v. And now I'm going to go ahead and take the derivatives of those and apply the product rule. U is going to be the x cubed part, and v is going to be the e to the x part. So remember, I'm going to be doing that v u prime plus u v prime. So I need the derivatives of u and v. U prime is 3x squared. The derivative of e to the x is just e to the x. And now I need to go through and work out what the product rule is using these pieces right here. The v part is e to the x times u prime, which is 3x squared, plus u, which was x cubed, times v prime, which is e to the x. So I get e to the x times 3x squared plus x cubed times e to the x. So we're done with our product rule now, but if you were to look for the answer in the back of your book, it might show up a little bit differently because they might want to go ahead and simplify this a bit. If you look at these two terms, you'll notice they both have e to the x and they both have an x squared hidden in them. So I could go ahead and factor out x squared times e to the x, and when I do that, I'm left with 3 plus x. So another way of writing this out would be x squared e to the x times the quantity 3 plus x. Now let's go ahead and find the derivative of y equals 10 to the x times the quantity 2x squared plus x. Now notice that again this is a product. It's the product of 10 raised to the x and the expression 2x squared plus x. So I'm going to go again and write down the derivative by finding my u and my v, taking the derivative and applying the product rule. So I'm going to call this derivative dy dx, and my u is 10 raised to the x power, and my v is 2x squared plus x. So we need to take u prime and v prime. The derivative of the u is ln of 10, 10 raised to the x, and the derivative of the v is 4x plus 1. Now let's put those into the product rule. When I write out my product rule, I'm going to have v u prime plus u v prime. So the v was 2x squared plus x. The u prime was ln of 10 times 10 to the x. And I'm going to multiply those together. Then that's added to the u, which was 10 raised to the x, times v prime, which was 4x plus 1. So all of those pieces together are our product rule. The only thing now we could do if we wanted would be to try and multiply some of these things out. The most obvious thing probably to try and do here would be maybe to factor out the 10 raised to the x. But as an answer, this is the derivative. Anything more is just simplifying this.